Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Beatrice Mongar. I'm so pleased that you are here, and I'm also equally pleased to be with you. The reason why I wanted to make this video, it is completely unscripted. I haven't prepared any notes for that. I wanted to come on here because I know that I have been absent from my own YouTube channel for the past 6 months or maybe more. And the reason being that I have been through another kind of change. So we all go through changes in life, don't we? We go through periods of growth, stages of evolution where things are changing, maybe a career change, maybe a transition into a new lifestyle and so on. And for me, with the nomadic journey that I'm on, there have been many changes of location, destination, countries, but also in my career, in my work life. As you know, I started a business, an online business, and then things evolved and took a different turn, and then I started another and incorporated another company somewhere else, so in 2 different countries, and I was managing both, and so on. Fast forward to now, about 5 years later, here I am, and I'm in a new country. I'm currently filming this in Montenegro, where I have spent the most wonderful 2 months and a half, and it's been so revealing in many ways that I have really had my heart on settling in Montenegro. But as you know, I'm a nomad, and I will still probably continue to be a nomad for a while. So we are moving on, and tomorrow I'm actually taking the flight for Turkey and continuing my adventures. But I'm wanting to come here to give you some updates as to what is happening, and also to seek maybe from you as well your feedback as to this channel and why you care about it. Why would you like to view the videos? What is in it for you? I'm really curious to know about this, because I'm really clear about what it is I want to share, but not knowing whether it's going to appeal to people, because I have different topics that I want to share about, and I know that not all of the topics will be something that is relevant to people. So hear me out. I have started this channel talking about slow living, and that was because I was at a stage in my life where I didn't want to have the hustling life anymore. I was a single, we can call it independent, but I don't think I was really independent. I think I was just surviving and struggling and trying at all costs to make life work. And so I had to find ways to, work and earn my living in a foreign country while unmarried and with no support like a trust fund or, external financial support. I had to fend for myself with my own honest living. And I started the blog called Mademoiselle Nomad. You might have heard about it. It was a blog that I enjoyed, and I was sharing a lot of the process, documenting the process along the way of expat living in South Africa, and the joys and the fears and the sadness of life as single in the city and so on, and people loved it. So much that it got me a lot of job opportunities in terms of freelance writing, freelance translation, visibility, and it gave me a lot of popularity in that sense that made things work for me. So career-wise, that was really a wonderful stepping stone. If you have followed back then, you probably connected with that adult who was trying to make it in the world in a foreign country and going on dates and so on. And now the situation is completely different. I'm now married. I am still living abroad, but in different countries. Like, I move every single month. And so when I consider the 5 years that have gone by, I know that a lot of you started following me for Mademoiselle Nomad, the blogging side of things, single in the city abroad. Then A bunch of you started following me because you resonated with the whole aspect of slow productivity, which is not working until you burn yourself to the ground, but actually working in a way that supports your body, your lifestyle, and your health. So you started following me for that. When I started living in Mauritius, I returned to Mauritius after many years abroad, a lot of you also resonated with that content because who doesn't want to know more about Mauritius? And I was also starting my company there, Brand Salt. It's a social media boutique studio where I was helping modern artisans and entrepreneurs to share their stories on Instagram, create content strategically, and be their authentic selves on social media. That attracted yet another kind of audience who was interested in social media and the digital nomad lifestyle. So for some days I would take my laptop and I would go work from a cafe or from a beach bar or from a hotel in Mauritius, and I guess a lot of you resonated with that. Then I got married with my geek, and then we started a journey where we went on a honeymoon and did not come back to Mauritius, our native country. We just left, and we have been traveling ever since together. So a bunch of you then followed me because of the content that I was sharing. I was sharing more about traveling and the digital nomad life, and also Barbados. So we applied for Barbados, the Welcome Stamp visa, which is a digital nomad visa that allows you to live 1 year on the island if you work remotely, if you're a digital nomad. So that's what we did. And a lot of you resonated with that content. Then after that, we tried another nomad visa, which was for Malta, and some of you also followed me for that. So I recognize that in the world of YouTube and in the world of digital marketing nowadays, that is a whole mess that I made, because most people, when they start a YouTube channel, they focus on one thing. It's either on fitness, it's either on travel, it's either on business, and they just do that one thing. Now with me, I realized that I have shared different contents with different pillars. Sometimes I talk about my faith, sometimes I talk about the digital nomad lifestyle, sometimes I talk about business. And I realized that there might be these three things that can be so distinct from each other. So you might be interested in travel, but you're not interested in the business side of things. You don't want to know about Instagram algorithms and hashtags and all of that. Or maybe you are really interested in understanding more about Instagram and authentic strategy, but you don't really care so much about traveling. And so my content on Barbados or Malta or where I have been doesn't really interest you. Or you might be interested in business, a little bit about travel, but you're not really keen about the digital nomad lifestyle because you're not aspiring to become a digital nomad, nor are you interested in how this lifestyle is being lived. And so I realized that these are three different sort of categories. And yet, when I tried to figure out, well, let's pick one thing and let's do that one thing, I have spent the past year and a half really digging deep into this. And it doesn't matter how many personality tests I do or quizzes or different ways of finding out what it is that I'm going to be sharing on my channel, it always comes back to that one thing, which is my nomadic journey. For me, in my head, it is very clear. It is not confusing at all. I see these different parts of me very closely interconnected, and I can see how everything just sort of weaves into one another very fluidly, and it makes so much sense to me. It all is connected. Now, you might not see it, but I also am a writer, so I can see things a little bit differently, and I have a different perspective on how I see work and life and personal life. I see them as very intertwined. And so this nomadic journey for me means a lot because the nomadic journey is also very much closely associated with how I view my faith. So my Christian faith actually informs a lot of the things I do. The reason why I created my social media boutique studio, and the reason why I care so much about Instagram strategy and being authentic on social media, because I truly care about being able to share honest values on social media without having to be caught up into things that are not so ethical on social media, or how one person can market themselves online. And then there's the aspect of the digital nomad lifestyle, which is working in a way that helps you to grow into different countries. So if you care about cross-cultural interactions and relationships, you would definitely love that kind of stuff, because it allows you to travel to other places, get to know other cultures, and understand more about the world we live in and this world we are exploring. So I see all of these things very closely related. And so here's what I'm going to be doing for this YouTube channel. I am going to have, the reason why I'm doing this is because it will be much clearer for you, is to have different categories, so these 3 categories, and I will create and I will rotate the videos for each category, so that if you're interested in the travel part, you can then just have a nice travel vlog. But then if you're not interested in the social media or business aspect of things, you can skip over that, and you can just not watch it, or wait till the next week and then you can watch another video that interests you. But regardless, at some point after creating many videos, hopefully, if I can stay on schedule, then there will be these 3 different categories that you can view as a playlist. So this is how I'm thinking of going about it. Now, there might still be changes, who knows, because I really believe that as a person, you cannot just be stagnant. I'm not I'm in my midlife now, in my midlife years, and I have seen so many different growth stages, so many journeys within a journey, and different transitions, different evolutions, as you may call it. And I'm no longer a blogger that I used to be 5-6 years ago. I still blog, but I wouldn't call myself a blogger, right? I am a business owner. But then at the same time, I decided last year or so to take a sabbatical, or a semi-sabbatical. I was still working with some clients, coaching them on the side, but then also I wanted to hone my writing skills. So I was being mentored by someone from the US to help me to delve into the world of travel writing. So I dabbled a bit with that, and I'm still learning so much. And as I can say now, I see all of these different facets of me that make me me. And so if this is something that interests you, if you would like to know how this little bee, Mauritian person, manages her faith and her freedom to travel the world while having businesses and also dabbling with other pursuits like writing and faith writing and travel writing and so on, then stick around. I would be so happy to have you. If on the other hand you're like, oh, I don't really care about that, just give me the travel part, then I have good news for you. I have, during my absence here, I have been actually creating so many more things, and I started another project which is called Nomadic Mauritians. So together with my husband, we started a YouTube channel, and we started also another Instagram account. So we started something called Nomadic Mauritians. And if you would love to know more about this digital nomad couple who has been traveling for the past 5 years consecutively together, then that's where you should go. If on the other hand, you are someone who resonates with the person I am, you want to know more about how do I, transition from different careers and jobs, because I didn't start as a blogger. I started as a tour guide, and I have so many more jobs in between. So like I said, it's a very mix, right? Many times I meet people and they always started like as an accountant, and they're the path is very straight, and I like that. And I sometimes wish, why couldn't I be more like that? I just wish it was so much more easier to explain. Like, oh, I studied, writing, and this is what I do. I'm a writer. I've written books, or I've studied medicine, and now I'm a doctor. It makes so much sense. And but my career, my path, my trajectory has not been anything like that. If anything, it has been very unpredictable. It has been up and down. It has been valleys and peaks, and it has been worthwhile, and it still is. So if you're still wanting to know more about this, then I'm happy that you stick around. So in the next coming videos, I will show you what I have been up to. Thank you for watching. Ciao!